Hey, so welcome to Old Ass Movie Reviews as we wrap up Christmas time. Last week we did the wonderfully horrible Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, and today is Gremlins.
Gremlins!
Yeah, it was better,
Yeah. Yeah, you think?
just a tad, just a tad.
Holy cow, it's like two different
Um,
worlds, man.
I liked this movie as better as a teenager when I saw it.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I had. It was enjoyable.
Uh,
However, it seems like a lot of it was made for a younger audience.
yeah.
So it's like, okay, that's awfully damn cheesy, but the puppetry is great.
Oh, yeah, you
And
can't beat it.
this movie's got violence and murder, and
Yeah.
it's
It's funny because the wife referred to it as a parade of bad decisions.
yes, that's a great way to put it.
Because I was like going, well, why would they do that? That's dumb. Why would you do that?
Oh my
And she's like,
god,
it's a parade of bad decisions.
it was,
And I
dude,
just
over
started
and
laughing.
over. Yeah, so
Toast.
it was like ridiculous. You knew he was going to get the Mogwai wet. You
Yeah,
knew he was somehow going to get fed after midnight.
right. Which is,
But
I understand them chewing through the wires to get fed. That makes sense because they were all bad anyway. The
yeah,
wet was a good accident, but it was everything that happened after that. And even most of the shit that happened before that. Like the father should have just looked at that kid and went, yeah, no, I'm not buying this thing until the old man says it's okay. But nope, he took a thing that he's never seen before in his life and took it home to his kid.
yeah, he wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed.
Oh, no, he really wasn't.
With the bathroom buddy.
I like oh, if you forget to shave, you have this, and he puts out one of those disposable double
Razor.
razors. Have you ever tried to shave dry with one of those things?
Yes.
You start crying. It hurt. It's a torture.
Yeah.
You can't. You have to have something on your face to shave with one
Yeah.
of those.
They're pretty brutal.
Oh yeah, they're horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, Gremlins. The story. It is a Christmas movie, and Billy, I think is his name,
I think so.
receives a very unique gift from his father of a Mogwai or Mogwai, a little
Furry baby Yoda.
yes, a furry baby Yoda, before Baby Yoda, with a set of specific instructions: do not get it wet, do not feed it after midnight, and keep it out of the bright light
Right.
because sunlight will kill. Well, it gets wet, it multiplies, and the new Mogwais eat after midnight by tricking Billy into thinking
Yeah.
the time was earlier.
Well, they're just little jerks.
They were. Now, that was what was interesting because Gizmo,
Yeah.
voiced by Howie Mandel,
Right.
was a friendly little cute guy.
Yeah.
But what spawned off of him, oh my God.
Yeah, we're just little jerks.
They were little
At least
assholes.
one of them would have been nice and sweet, but no, they were all little jerks.
They all were. They were mean.
Mhm.
And they murderous.
Oh my God, to an nth degree. And
Yeah.
yet they
So
loved Snow White.
do what?
They loved the movie Snow White.
Yeah, that was interesting. That I do love that Stripe went and jumped in a pool to
Yeah,
multiply. I thought
yeah,
that was brilliant.
yeah. And
Um,
it's just all kinds of bad happenings there, man.
one of my favorite characters in here is Dick Miller's character, the guy who hated the
I
foreign cars.
I was gonna say, boy, he shows up in everything back in the
He
80s.
did. He did.
And
He
what
was
movie
so
did we
good in
watch
there.
recently that we talked about him?
Shopping Mall.
There you go.
Shopping Mall. He was a janitor. He had a bigger part in this one.
Did you recognize the gas station guy?
No.
The gas station guy was the colonel from the original thing.
Really?
He was the big
Wow.
tough pilot.
I'll be damned.
I knew he was in the movie, and I was keeping my eye open for him. When he appeared, Kat and I just looked at each other like, "Oh shit, there he is." Wish he would have had a bigger part. It would have been funny for him to pull a
Yeah.
Thing reference out, but I'll take what I can get.
But yeah, it was it's entertaining.
Yeah.
Did you catch the ET references?
Not right off the bat. I can't think of any.
There's one where the Gremlins actually cut the phone cord and you hear phone home.
Oh, geez, that's funny.
And another one in the toy store, Stripe is hiding inside some stuffed animals.
Oh yeah, with the stuffed animal thing. That's right.
And there's
yeah.
a stuffed ET right there.
That's
So
right.
it's like,
That's right.
yeah, Steven Spielberg threw that in. It was great.
Completely walked past that and didn't notice it.
Yeah, but when they pulled the phone line and said phone home, it's like, oh no.
Did you recognize who the old Oriental guy was?
No.
You know who that is?
No.
That's Key Luke. That's the old blind guy from Kung Fu, Snatch the Pebble from My Hand. And he's also the number one son of Charlie Chan.
I'll be damned.
Yeah, he was acting to that point. He was acting for a long time, man. Very long time.
And Mrs. Deagle was Flo from Alice.
Yeah. The wife caught that. I didn't catch that. And she's like, is that Flo? I'm like, who? Yep. And then I looked, I was like, oh crap, that's Flo from that. You're right.
It is. I love her death so much.
Oh yeah, she deserved it though.
Oh yeah.
She really did. If anybody in that town deserved to get killing, it was that broad.
Oh my God.
I know it's evil to say, but she was evil, man. She was worse than Ebenezer Scrooge.
Well, that's, you know what? When she first appeared, it's like, that's Scrooge.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You saw that Scrooge and Elvira Gulch. Isn't that her name? Elvira Gulch from Wizard of Oz?
Oh, okay.
Both. She is both of them mixed together. I'm gonna get your little dog. Honestly, at that age, I'd have probably just reached across the table and punched her.
Yeah, she needed a good punching, and the fact that
good ass kicking.
The fact that nobody else stood up to this woman, I didn't understand that.
No, neither did I.
It's like she's being a total bitch, and everybody's just fine with it.
She has money. Who the fuck cares?
Thank you. The good, I love the puppetry.
Oh yeah.
There's only one scene that doesn't quite work, and it's a stop motion scene of them coming down the street.
I didn't mind that. I liked it. That was a lot of stop motion for them to be running.
True.
They had so many coming out of the dark and all climbing over top of each other.
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap, that must have taken forever.
I'm sure it did. I
can't imagine.
But they did a really good job with the puppetry in this.
Yeah, they did a really good job.
Yeah, because Gizmo was
Woody Mo.
His little nose. And then when he was upset,
he's whining, his little lip is his little lip is like, aw. Yeah. So it was cute. What I didn't like, and this is where I said, as a younger person when I watched it, and I could see how kids really loved it, was the things that didn't make sense to me now watching it is the bar scene. They're playing cards. They have guns that fit their hands, which where the hell would that come from? Right.
The break dancing. It was stuff to me that was put in to be entertaining and comical that I enjoyed at a young age, and I know young kids would have looked at it. Now, here I am. It's like, oh, come on. Can we get going here?
The wife asked me, where the hell did they get the guns? Where did they get the clothes that fit? And I had to turn to her, and I'll say to you what I said to her. This is a Warner Brothers movie. That whoever did that was thinking Warner Brothers cartoon. Like, you don't ask where, Bugs Bunny gets his women's clothing. You don't ask where, any of them get their dynamite from. It all comes from Acme, of course, but, nobody questions that. So I think you just kind of got to leave your brain on, because I enjoyed that. I thought it was funny as hell. And she also asked, well, why didn't that girl just leave? I was like, because A, that's not how it's written, but B, they're not going to just let her walk out.
No, she had to wait for an opportunity to get out.
Yeah, they weren't going to just let her walk out of the room. They were messing with her.
Yeah.
So I just accept it for what it was, just a stupid little bit of fun.
And it was.
I didn't have a problem. Oddly enough, for me, the guy who likes to pick apart a lot of crap, I didn't have a problem with that. I'm trying to think of what I had the biggest problem with. I think it was just the dad buying the thing that was kind of underhanded. And because of that move, how many people were murdered by these things in that town?
Yeah, and they just went
No, no,
happily ever after.
no inconvenient questions for that guy.
No, he let loose the
Hell,
death and destruction upon that town, and no consequences.
nobody knows how or why. Because the one guy who did know, the teacher, I guess got killed.
Yeah,
I'm guessing he was
I'm
dead
assuming he was killed.
because he had the little poker in his butt. But I was like, well, is that just a knockout drug, or did they kill him?
But he wasn't moving.
They never
So,
came back to visit him, so
yeah.
I'm guessing he's dead.
Now, it was cool to see a young Corey Feldman.
Very, very young Corey Feldman.
That's an early role for him.
Yeah. That was a good one. That when he popped up and he's in the freaking Christmas tree.
Now, that was funny.
The dad puts him in a Christmas tree.
That was really fun.
Oh, that's funny. And again, the town sheriff, and the cops are a bunch of jerks.
Yeah.
Like I've met a lot of cops, and you know what? Some are stupid. They're human beings, but it's just not every freaking cop in the world is bad. Not every cop. I mean, most of them are good people. And when I see that every single movie we've watched, they're either bad drivers or just bad people. It's like, oh, would you guys fucking please stop?
Yeah, it's an easy trope to go to.
This guy is a small town sheriff. They should have made him the opposite. They should have made him actually a good guy. And then you would have had some sympathy when him and his partner get killed.
Yeah, they were
doofuses. They had to have
doofuses.
gotten killed because the little gremlins had their hats on in the theater.
Yeah.
That fit perfectly.
Now, Mom kicked some major ass in the kitchen.
Mom did not fall into the mom trope.
No.
She did not fall into the woman in peril trope of the 80s. Mom heard a weird freaking noise upstairs, and what did Mom do?
Grabbed a knife.
Grabbed a butcher knife and went investigating. She killed, I think, 3 or 4 of those guys. She stabbed one to death. She lobbed one's head off, microwaved one,
and one ended up in like a blender.
Big ass blender that just shredded him. It's like, holy crap! Mom was not messing around.
No, that was cool.
Yeah, that was a good. And I've seen that lady in a lot of stuff. She was she the mom in Back to the Future?
I don't know.
Was she a friend? She was also, I think, a friend in Peggy Sue Gets Married.
Oh, okay.
One of the teenage friends, I think, and a couple other things that were big. She never had huge parts, but she was always in these major movies that just became classics. So she's got a good little repertoire of movies.
Right.
Yeah. Man, Mom wasn't screwing around. Corey Feldman's character is the one who really starts it all. By complete accident. I mean, you could actually see it as an accident.
Yeah, you see it coming a mile away, though.
Yeah, you know what's going to happen. You're just trying to figure out how. That to just sit there and look at that when it's happening, like, that's peculiar. I would personally be freaking out. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
I'd be freaking out.
Yeah, it was. It was like nothing happened. Oh, I got 5 more.
Yeah. Oops. And then the first thing Dad thinks of is, we can sell these.
Oh, yeah. And
I'm like, make pets out of them. No, dude. If they were that bad off of a very sweet one coming out, how bad do you think the next batch is going to be, even if they stayed furry?
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they were already little shits.
Yeah, right? Oh, Lord. And nobody's going to follow rules. That's why the little Oriental guy at the end said, yeah, you're not ready for this thing. You guys can't even follow 3 simple steps to take care of it.
But you're right, and I didn't even put it together. It's like that one action of buying a Christmas gift killed numerous people, destroyed a town.
How about the girlfriend's reason for not liking Christmas?
I love that.
I would have died laughing. This is how horrible of a person I am. If I was 18 or 19 years old and I was dating somebody and trying to figure out why they didn't like Christmas, and that was their excuse for Christmas, I'm such a horrible person, especially at that time. I would have died laughing. I would have just been laughing, like, oh, and then I would have realized, oh shit, she's serious.
Yeah, yeah.
Oops.
That's one of my favorite monologues in any movie. I just absolutely love it. It's a great, really dark, screwed up story.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
yeah, it's really good. It's interesting to see Phoebe Cates, Judge Reinhold.
Yeah,
These are
right.
staples of the '80s. Um,
In
I don't know
early,
if this was
these are
before
pretty
or
early.
after Fast Times at Ridgemont High, but
I don't know. I don't know.
yeah, but it was entertaining. It was
Yeah,
entertaining.
it's a funny movie. It's yeah, I forgot about Judge Reinhold being in that.
Yeah, he was a dick.
He always plays a dick. He always played a dick. I'm trying to think of if there was ever a movie that I saw Judge Reinhold in the '80s where he wasn't just a jerk. And I can't think of any. I can't think of not one. I mean, he becomes an okay guy at the end of Ridgemont High. He becomes less unlikable.
Right.
But yeah, he's always just an unlikable guy. you know?
True.
Phoebe Cates is just being Phoebe Cates.
Yeah.
Very young at that point. She couldn't have been 18, I don't think. Maybe pushing 20,
Yeah.
playing an 18-year-old, but she couldn't have been very old. And that one guy, the main character, what's his name?
Zach something.
Yeah, I can't think of his name, but I don't think he was in anything else other than the two Gremlin movies that
Yeah,
I'm
he
aware
hasn't. I
of.
don't know.
I didn't look it up, but as far as I know, he was only in the two Gremlin movies.
Yeah.
We should have watched the second Gremlin movie too, but
I
I'll
don't
watch that
think I
tonight.
could
I love
have.
that one too. I love that movie.
Oh, yeah. I don't know about that. Like I said, this was enjoyable, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I did when I saw it the first time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen it in a very long time, but I did. I have to admit, I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
And for me, I don't know. I like puppets. I like this is
Yeah.
almost a Muppet movie, but violent. Um, I did like the stop motion stuff.
Well, there was
Uh,
that one scene in the street. It seemed like it pulled out.
it's because I think it's probably because of the way that the Muppets incorporated things. They would have actually used a Muppet or Muppets
Yeah.
walking, and they chose. I don't know if it was the easiest way to do it. I mean, that to me it seems like it would be a lot more difficult to do stop motion with 30 or 40, stop motion
Yeah.
puppets rather than just having 30 or 40 handmade puppets walking and just like short ground and foreground doing that kind of thing, and just having a screen move past them. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg, so take my directing counsel
Yeah.
for what it is.
I saw that it was an $11 million budget for
Wow, that's
yeah,
not
but
very
it
much. You consider,
made several hundred million in the box
yeah,
office.
that's why Spielberg.
It made a ton of money.
Mhm.
Um,
The one thing that Spielberg did in this movie that he does in every movie is he ignores his own rules. And what is one of the biggest rules against them? Don't get them wet.
yeah,
Where were all these things walking around
in the snow,
in the snow?
they're
There should
getting
have
wet
been
automatically.
millions of these things.
Yeah,
There should have technically have been millions of these things
I didn't
because
even
they're
catch
getting
that.
wet, and their body heat's melting the snow that makes them wet. Boom, they're all over. And I just kept that really bothered me through the whole movie. Like, okay, Steven, once again, you've taken your entire plot and just shit on it and did what for the shot. I want the shot. The little fucking alien and the kid and the bike going over the moon. That was all for the shot
Yeah,
for ET. The ET she was basically dying. He didn't have any strength, but we're going to ignore all of that. Well, wait a minute. You mean ET could have flown them to that spot all along with no fucking problem, even sick?
yeah, yeah. I
So
didn't even
that's
catch that. I was
yeah,
too wrapped up in the fact that it was obviously on a back lot and a soundstage with fake
uh-huh.
snow. Um,
Yeah, but
and I was like,
it's California. Not,
yeah, yeah,
they
I
can do it
get
in the
it. I
mountains during
get
the
it. It
winter.
just, I was looking at it, it's like, man, this looks so fake.
Yeah.
The whole town is fake. Everything is like, man, what the hell?
I was trying to tell whether that was the same town lot that they used in Back to the Future.
It
And
looked
some of
like
it
it.
looked like it was. Some of the street corners looked like it was.
Hmm.
And then other street corners looked like maybe not, but I couldn't
Yeah,
tell.
it was hard to tell, and I did get that vibe from it.
Hmm.
But I mean, I get it. I'm not going to dog the movie for shooting on a lot inside a soundstage. It's just the
How would you
snow
like to
was
have
awfully
that?
fake.
Right?
Yeah. So no footprints, no breath. Uh,
Was there no breath?
no, nobody had any breath coming up.
Well, that was the good thing about the thing that we watched is they had the breath,
Yeah,
and it turns out they filmed that like in an ice rink or something.
yeah. They
Like
actually got it
they
cold
actually
enough to
put it
do
in
it.
a spot where okay, we'll make this cold. So those people were probably pretty chilly
Yeah,
in an ice
yeah.
rink.
These poor bastards were probably sweating making
Oh
this
my God,
movie.
can you imagine having those big ass collagens pointing at you? And put on your winter coat. Screw you, Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
Here, put these bugs on you. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm not your wife.
Oh Lord. Anything else to go over on Gremlins?
Oh man, the sequel is really good. If anybody gets a chance to watch the sequel is good. Key Luke is just such a good actor, and what he does minimally by that time in his life, that I just think he should have. I don't know. He should have put a zappy on the old man or something. I don't know, on the dad for killing and murdering all these people and just getting away with it.
That's
But he just
and I
takes
didn't
the
really
little
catch
gremlin and leaves.
I didn't even catch that until you mentioned it. It's like, oh my God, they murdered all these people and no consequences.
No consequences.
Happy
Now,
ending.
I understand the son. I get the son. That's not his fault.
No.
He was given a gift and he tried to take care of it the way he was supposed to. One little accident later, all goes to hell.
Yep.
So that can be put right on the dad's lap right there. And
Yeah.
the kid did what he thought was right. He took it to the one guy that he knew had brains in the town. Here, tell me what this is. I don't, and this is what's going on with it. And even that guy screwed up.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
I'm going to leave a sandwich right in front of you after I've been told not to let you eat.
Yeah.
Here's
Yeah.
some water.
I'm gonna. I don't remember the second one, so I'm gonna have to watch it.
Yeah, the
Eventually.
second, I enjoyed the second one. It's just as fun as the first one.
Okay.
And I can't think of his name. The guy that was in the series, the guy who played Felix Unger in the series Odd Couple.
Yeah.
He does the voice to the main bad guy in that one.
Okay.
Interesting, stupid little tidbit. I don't know where the hell I remember it from. Unimportant information from David. You're welcome.
My take: it's definitely an '80s movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
It is definitely an '80s movie. It's fun. It's entertaining. It's good for
Yeah.
kids.
Oh,
Yes,
it's
there's
made for
murder.
kids.
There's mayhem, but it's a good kids movie.
I think there's only one on-screen death, human death, and that's the lady, the old lady
Mrs.
that gets shot
Deagle?
out the window.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
I think that's the only one. That's a funny way to go, man.
They did a lot of cutaways of stuff,
Yeah.
which was cool because there was a car wreck when they changed the lights.
Right.
There was a big car wreck, and it was all in your ears.
Yeah.
They never
you just
showed
knew what
a thing.
happened. Yeah, you
Yeah.
just know what happened.
Yep.
So that worked really well. It's definitely a Spielberg movie.
Oh God, yes.
Like I said, he just ignored his own world building and went for the shot or went for the scene or went for the joke. And it's like,
Yeah.
but that's not. So if you're watching this movie and you realize they're not supposed to get wet and yet all these freaking things are walking through snow, Steven Spielberg, he just ignores rules.
Yeah, here's the thing. Anybody that's ever grown up where there's snow, you
Mhm.
get soaking wet by going outside. your
Yeah.
shoes, your clothes. If it's snowing on you, you're wet.
Yeah, you're wet. You're gonna get wet.
Yeah.
That's why I just thought it was fun. Spielberg must have grew up like in California,
He must have.
southern Florida, someplace where it's never
Somewhere
snowed.
it never
He has no
snows.
concept of snow. He's never stepped in actual snow. I
It
don't
melts.
know. Anytime ever.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the
Yeah.
stuff you have the machine. You just blow the fluff on, right? No,
Yeah.
Steve, it's not real
It's
snow.
flocking.
Yeah, that's flocking.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
fuck you do.
It's
I'm
flocking
keeping
crazy.
Other than that, one little that's. I mean, there's a lot of coincidences that you have to just let your mind go with in this movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it. I still like it to this day. It's fun. It's a
Yeah. It's
fun movie, and I enjoy it.
it's fun. It is a must watch to
And it's
see.
got puppets.
They're great. Great job on the puppets. It's entertaining. There's a few funny parts. Again, I think it's geared to a more younger audience.
Yeah, I could see that.
And it's fun. It's a definite see. So next month on Old Ass Movie Reviews, we're going into musicals.
Musical.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah.
So taking quite a departure again, and we're going to be reviewing such classics as The Sound of Music, Xanadu, Grease,
Xanadu.
7 Brides for 7 Brothers. Is that
Seven
it?
Brides for 7 Brothers. You named all 4 of them. I'm very
Yes. Yes. Don't know which one's up first, but be sure and catch us next time.
We're
As
gonna
always,
also-
thanks for tuning in.